anyway, next we have here is, what happened last week was kind of funny, interesting, and I wouldn't say funny anyway. I retract that. Yeah, talking of how can a big ship, 220-ton ship, be stuck in a canal? But that's what happened last week uh, in the Suez Canal, uh, in the Mediterranean region. Now, for those who are not familiar, obviously, the Panama Canal is the one more popular one, but the Suez Canal is in the Mediterranean region, which connects the Mediterranean to the Red Sea here. So it's a big, I won't say a big channel, but it's a big important path wherein, ships traveling from Northern American regions or in Europe going to the Africa region all the way to the Asian region here, they have to pass through the Suez Canal, and the the massive container ship was stuck or wedged in the canal and cut off traffic, which is a vital waterway for many companies here, which have been stuck for almost a week, which has recently been refloated. Thank goodness. Now, the company in mention here, which is the Ever Given, is one of the largest container ships in the world, which contains, as I mentioned, 220,000 tons of vessel, is able to carry 20,000 containers. So you can just imagine it's not easy to push or drag away, what do you call this? Drag away the big ship here. Anyway, where was it? Yeah. Yep, there you go. As I mentioned, so it stretched more than 1,300 feet. It's almost as long as the Empire State Building. Now, the ship, which ran aground last Tuesday, created further disruption in the global supply chain. Obviously, with the pandemic that's going on, supply chain is in a razor thin. And what's interesting here, the Suez Canal provides 12% of the global trade passes through the canal. So it estimates that more than 9 billion of worth of goods pass through the canal, the 120-mile waterway each day. So translating around 400 million per hour. Anyway, according to the Bernhard Schultz ship management, the technical manager of the ship, said that the Ever Given ran aground due to heavy winds. So is it the fault of the ship, or is it the fault of the one in charge of managing the ship, or is it the fault of the canal? Anyway, the Suez Canal Authority Chairman Osama Rabi said that the human or technical error maybe have played a role here. Now, obviously, how can you not, be concentrating in a very narrow path, and that could cause delays not just for the other ships, but for your intended goal here of passing through and going to the port that you're supposed to arrive in. Anyway, so expert salvage crews were called in to help the refloating of the ship, as mentioned. They used 10 tugboats, as well as specialized dredging equipment, wherein more than 20,000 of sands and mud were removed during the dredging operation. And high tide also contributed to Monday's successful refloating. So you have nature to thank for the expedite processing here. Anyway, the ships refloating traffic can resume now. So nearly 19,000 ships passed through the canal during 2020. So an average of 51 to 52 ships per day. Now, more than 350 vessels are currently waiting that were stuck in the canal for the past few days here. Anyway, the Suez Canal expects that, what was it? The Suez Canal expects the 113 vessels to cross the waterway from both sides, and the Suez Canal Authority expects that the backlog to be cleared in just 3.5 days. So I think they'll be fast tracking the process here. So at least hopefully it's a learning experience for them, that that they avoid for this to ever. Let's take a look where the Suez Canal here. Let's see here. What was it? There you go. So here is the Mediterranean area, or Mediterranean Sea. Here's the Red Sea, which connects to the rest of the African nations all the way to the Asian region. Anyway, so the Suez Canal is the small portion that connects Cairo and Israel here. So if you were to take a closer look, this horizontal line is the Suez Canal. So it's a very narrow corridor that connects the Mediterranean all the way to the Red Sea here. So you could just imagine the bottleneck it caused if with what happened here last week. So hopefully it's a learning experience. I think it's the first time I'm hearing that a ship got stuck in the Suez Canal or in any canal at that matter. Well, hopefully they need to widen the canal in the future so that they can avoid any more problem, if that's even possible, or if that's going to take a lot of more time and money to do that.